I got crowns. You got Chanel. I got a root canal. You went to Indonesia. I got anesthesia. 60% of people are afraid of dentists. I want one. Locked in my basement. A true love and hate relationship. I love having nice teeth. He hates being locked up. In my defense, he said he wanted my teeth to be clean and healthy. His wish is my command. He'll get to clean them every day, and I better not get a cavity. At last, it's just a dream. My dentist left town. Maybe he heard about the basement. Oh well. My new dentist said she won't leave me. I have it under contract. It's our pre-denture agreement. You know the thing you put on your windows so flies don't get in and they come in anyway? That's how strong my teeth are. Things filter in, even mouthwash. I can't use color mouthwash unless I want my teeth to smell and look minty green. To stop the filtering, my previous dentist covered them with resin. If you don't know what resin is, it means you were blessed with healthy teeth. Good for you. Love that for you. Whoop doop dee doo. Resin is the acrylic of nails, the spackle of walls, the bondo of cars. The problem is still there, but at least it looks good. So today, resin or not, comedians, if you don't see your name in the lineup, let me know if you're going to participate in the chat. You get 5 minutes. I'll have a clock right here, and I'll wave my phone at minute 4. To the supporters, remember that the comedians are here to tell jokes. So keep your microphones open if you don't have a noisy background, so we can hear you laugh. Let's have a good time. To start us off, we have Serene. Take it away, Serene.
Yeah.
Woo!
Ooh, hello everyone. Hello. Right, I'm Serene. I'm from Malaysia. Right. Before we start, let's have a moment of silence, for Jocelyn Chia. Do you guys know what happened with Jocelyn Chia? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he lost his Singaporean citizenship over a joke in Malaysia. This is what she said. Like, "Fuck you, Malaysia. Fuck you." And then he goes on and said, planes are missing. Oh, that joke is not funny. It's okay. Some joke don't land. Yeah. That's why he lost his Singaporean citizenship. And it's like, wow, over a joke. And now I think the whole world is searching for him. Even my government is searching for him. Right. My name is Serene C. Malaysia. What happened to me? Came back from Thailand. Sawadika. I think that's my time, guys. I'm gonna go and do some ping pong show. I don't have a lot of jokes. Yeah. Probably some new jokes. I'll try out this. Okay. Well, I'm a Chinese ascendant. In China during the Han Dynasty. Han Dynasty divided into 3 kingdoms. And then each one is fighting over each other over a couple of decades. And people are dying. People are suffering. Castles are burned, refugees have nowhere to go. And then they call this, and then some author came on later and write a book and call it A Romance of the 3 Kingdoms. And there's nothing wrong. I can tell you, I read that book. There's nothing romantic about it. one kingdom did not call the other kingdom to, make love. That joke did. Okay, right. That joke did land. Okay, right. Okay, that means I'm having a lag here, right? Okay. So I like philosophy, and in philosophy, there's a word saying this. I like this word. I know what I know, which means that means I have the knowledge. I don't know what I know. What I don't know. That's wisdom. Well, if you guys don't know what I'm saying, you've been confused by the Confucius. Welcome to the philosophers, guy. And also the other quote that I like from one of the very famous philosopher. It says, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger." All right, this is from a very famous philosopher, and her name is Kelly Clarkson. Oh, Lisa's laughing at Kelly Clarkson, yeah. Right. Also, I'll say a bit things about myself. Recently, my orphanage home mother has just passed away. I grew up from an orphanage home. 9 years old, my father passed away. A tree fell on him while he was cutting the tree. So well, my father is a very conservative guy. If she sees me, he's still alive. If he sees me dressing up like that, he would take the tree back and smack the shit out of me, though. Yeah. So what I want to say is I grew up a Christian, a Christian society. So I just went back and see Mother Manglam, and most of them were around. And then some of them see me dressing up like that. They just, Serene, what happened to you? I said, I've become a comedian, but I can't be rude to them. I said, mind your own business, okay? I just become a transgender, but I can't be rude to them. So I tell this very, very politely to them. I said, you know what? The difference between me and Jesus is I don't hang around for long after getting nailed. All right, that's my time, guys. That's my time.
Woo! Hey, give it up for Serene. But for today, she will hang around with us. Okay, now, if you don't see your name, if you don't see your name in the lineup, please let me know through chat. And if you want to work on your comedy, you can join us this Sunday on Comedy Feedback. And what we're working on this month is on your Tide 5. You will get feedback from other comedians, but also you will get recommendations on how to get some money out of your Tide 5. So who doesn't need more money? So up next, we have Glenn. Give it up for Glenn. Woo!
Ooh, he's my favorite.
Yeah, Glenn.
All right. We on? Ready?
Yes.
All right. Hey, I do have a confession. I am a tater tot addict. No, seriously, I am addicted to tater tots. If there are tater tot anonymous meetings out there, I would skip those meetings to eat tater tots. I have two boys at home always wanting to get into my tater tots. Daddy, share your tater tots with us. No. Daddy, we're going to tell Mama. Or all of a sudden they're the sharing police. Daddy, what would Jesus do? I don't know what Jesus would do. Jesus had sushi and stale bread. Jesus wasn't faced with this tater tot challenge. Which, by the way, I think is a way too often overlooked sacrifice of Jesus. Right? He was betrayed. He was crucified on a cross. He had no tater tots. I mean, how would you even rank those in order of suffering? I don't know. Right? I mean, Jesus had to know tater tots were coming. Right? But it's a good thing I'm not Jesus, for many reasons. But I'd be like, hey, God, Daddy, can we at least wait for the tater tots? I mean, I'll do the whole cross thing, but can we wait? But Tater Tots came out in like 1950 something, which means you would have had a really long Old Testament. But that's okay. Then one day I was reading the Bible, John 2:36. Jesus said, "I have food that you know nothing about." Ha ha! I knew it. Jesus did have tater tots. See, kids. That's why Jesus was always going off to pray. He wasn't sharing his tater tots either. That's it for what I went at so far.
Woo!
Oh,
Yay.
Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
So, now we know if Glenn had been Jesus, he would have turned food into tater tots. Why not?
It wouldn't have been manna coming from heaven. Right? I did.
Okay.
I did leave out that I would have done it.
Okay. But,
I would have done it.
okay, give it up for Glenn. Woo! So don't forget to follow us at International House of Comedy in all your social media, Instagram, Facebook, so you don't miss everything that we have going on, including open mics and comedy feedback. Up next, we have Dennis, and on deck, we have Corinne. Give it up for Dennis. Woo!
All right. Thanks, guys.
Woo!
Yeah, so I'll be honest with you. I'm not the smartest guy out there. This girl I know, she said to me she was going to medical school to be a PA. And I was like, so what are you going to do? Talk really loud? I had a dog growing up. It was a Springer Spaniel, but it wasn't your typical Springer Spaniel. No, it was like very aggressive. It wasn't good with kids. Come to find out, it wasn't a Springer Spaniel. No, it wasn't. It was a mutt.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It didn't know who its father was. Yeah. Yeah, it didn't know who its father was. Hey, does a border collie? Do you think a border collie has? Hey, I was curious. There's some background noise there. Can somebody mute the background? I don't know who.
Oh, we're good.
Thanks. Thanks. So, do you think border collies have low self-esteem because they're not really collies? They're just on the border. You're almost there. Yeah. All right. So I go to this diner, and they have all these signs on the wall that are supposed to be funny. And there's one that says whining, $2.75. And I was like, $2.75 for whining? I go, that's a ripoff. The place down the street only charges $1.50. So they say that if you want a good marriage, I'm married. I've been married a long time. If you want a really good marriage, you should never, ever go to bed angry. Yeah. So I haven't been to bed in like 8 days.
Oh.
Hey, if a woman who's looking for a man, if she has diabetes, does that mean she can't find or have a sugar daddy?
Wow.
So I'm on the highway and I see a sign. It says, keep single Lane. I was like, I don't know who Lane is, but I don't know why they want to keep him single. Don't get into a relationship, Lane. Get divorced, Lane. All right. So as you guys can see, I'm driving. When I get back, sometimes I go on the computer and I run reports on the computer, and there's a guy at work that he talks really slow, and he asked me, he said, "Do you have a query?" I said, "No, but I have a gay ex."
Thank you.
Was that my time? Is that what the thank you for? Oh, okay.
No, you have another
okay. He was
minute.
saying, I got it now. I got it. You're welcome. So, me and my wife, we were in the backyard. We have a lot of woods. And when we came in, she told me to check for ticks. I said, "I don't have any ticks." All right. So, hey, guys, what is a really rich person's least favorite musical time period? Baroque. So somebody I know, they said they were a projectionist at a porn theater. Yeah, a projectionist at the porn theater. And I said, aren't all the guys at the porn theater projectionists? I just think about it for a second. Okay. I like a lot of different types of humor. I love dark humor, and I was going to do some today, but it's too bright out. Let's see. All right. What am I going to? Oh, so my sister said to me, she asked me if I wanted to see a medium. I was like, I'd love a medium, to see a medium, but I prefer a large. No, so I've never been to a medium. I've never been to a psychic. But if I was going to go to a psychic, I would not go to a psychic that had a doorbell. Yeah, like they should know I'm coming. That's all I'm saying. If they have a doorbell, I say I call bullshit on the. Let's see what else we want to do. Oh, all right. So, say you're a boxer. You're a boxer, and you're at the boxing gym, and you're skipping rope. Well, that makes sense. But if you take that same guy and put him in a playground with a lot of kids, and he's skipping rope, all of a sudden you got yourself a pedophile. All right. Hey, I don't even know how much time I have. Am I
well,
past
that's
time?
good.
Okay.
That's
cool.
good for
Thanks.
today.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Thank you. And if you need Dennis's service, he also gives premarital counseling if you guys are even thinking of getting married. So up next, we have Henry. Give it up for Henry.
Yeah. Woohoo! Did I mute? Thank you so much. I do have a day job other than doing this. My day job is talking on the phone to old people who need drugs. I'm like the middleman. So I'm like Tito, who's on the block near the bodega selling drugs, except he cuts his drugs with rat poison. I just do, we don't do that. We don't cut drugs. We give you the good stuff. So if I'm on the phone with a client, Mira, you want some good drugs? I got you. Where does it hurt? Papi was going to hurt you. Papi's not going to hurt you. I'll give you the good drugs. That's a sample call that I would never make to. Other than that, if I'm on a date, I do tell people that I'm bald on purpose. There's no hairline The only reason I'm bald is because if I grow hair, it's all going to be Santa Claus. Very gray, and nobody wants gray pubes for Christmas. I did a survey. My body is a temple, except for my knees. The knees are going in 2 weeks. I have my brain focused on one thing: PC. Everything is PC now. Preventive care. I have a family history of everything: addiction. What do you call that? Diabetes. Anything bad. My family had it, and it's coming to me. So I have to prevent. Everything is prevention now. If you're having a conversation one-on-one with me and you go over the 1 minute, my brain clicks into fight or flight. What is this? What are these words you're attacking me with? I don't have the ability to be selectively outraged now. I'm outraged by all your talk after 1 minute. So this is a very hard open mic for 5 minutes. Let's see. That's it for me. That's all I got for working on.
All right.
Thank you.
Yay.
Papa Henry.
Well,
Papa Henry.
yeah, I get it, Henry. Like I'm 40. I get a hangover just for going to bed after 11. So yeah, Cinderella has a later curfew than me, so I get it. So up next we have Corinne on deck, Jack. So give it up for Corinne. Woo!
Thank you. I'm kind of rusty because I haven't done comedy in about over a year. I kind of semi-retired so I could go back to school to become a nurse. And so this is really early for me because usually I work the night shift as a CNA. So for people like Dennis, CNA is Certified Nurse Assistant. And then I injured myself at work. Some of the people there are bariatric. That's the PC term for very large. And they try to fight you when you're taking their depends. And she rolled over my arm, and now I'm in great pain. Well, I just finished my physiology class in May, and so we were studying basically the nitrates and all the things that are not supposed to be in your urine. So we were supposed to pee on a stick. The teacher then was going to give us a plastic Ziploc bag to put the stick in. Ideally, they should have gave us a cup, like when you go to the doctor. But I guess, budget cuts or whatever, they didn't have that. And so one girl, I think she was trying to embarrass the teacher. He's from China, so his English, English is his second language. She asked him, Dr. Yi, are you going to give us anything to clean our flapjacks? He didn't know what. Yeah. And so I had to translate. I said, she means the labia majora, the outside. And he's like, oh, God. He just goes, just pee on the stick, put it in the plastic bag, bring it back. He looked really embarrassed. I thought, oh, why'd she do that? Anyway, some people are smart, some people are not. And one person in the class actually pissed in the plastic bag. I heard one professor down the hall go, what the fuck? And that's why I was like, oh my God, there better not be like an armed shooter or whatever behind my desk, hoping they'll kill other kids and not me. But no, I see the kids bring a bag of piss. And so I thought, wow, I wonder what our professor's going to do. He's 6'2", but he screamed like a little kid. Empty that, throw that shit in the toilet. And he was like, but she's going to analyze it. He's like, No, he said wee wee on the stick and put the stick in the plastic bag. He said, I did not say to bring your piss in the Ziploc bag. So, I guess that kid thought he'd get extra credit or something. That was a hilarious day. And we also were studying the eyes, and I don't know if you can tell, but I have blue contacts. And I was catching some hate from this chick next to me. She was like, that's not your natural color or whatever. I was like, you have green hair. At least blue is a real eye color. Not for Asian people like, me or Serene, but yes, like Barbie, it's a real fucking color. And then she claimed that was her real color. I was like, no. I said, unless your mom fucked a tree or your blood chlorophyll. I mean, why? I don't know, some people are just haters, I guess. And I was pretty sad because one of my longtime friends, like from 20 years, recently unfollowed me on Facebook. And yeah, and it's a real, not like, Papa Smurf or somebody that you don't know on Facebook. This was a real friend. And my mom, who's in her 70s, actually offered to beat her up. She's like, where does this girl live? And I was like, Mom, you and I are both in AARP. I'm not 5 anymore, No, we're supposed to be Christian. We're not supposed to beat people up. But I just thought that was sweet that my mom, who's in a walker, offered to beat up a disabled girl because of unfriending. So please follow me on Instagram at Comedian Corrine. Thanks. That's my time.
Woo. Hey, Corinne, if Jesus flipped tables, you can smack someone behind the head. That's all I'm saying. So, remember to, like Corinne did, be like Corinne and share your social media so people can follow you in a non-creepy way and know what you are up to comedy-wise, or if you want it in a creepy way, why not? Just let people know where they can find you. Up next, we have Jack. Give it up for Jack. Woo!
Woo! All right. Hello, everybody. Coming to you live from my garage. I'm a very cheap person. I wait until the day after holidays to buy stuff when everything's 50% off. And last week was International Sex Workers Day. So the next day I went to the local brothel. I asked for a woman half off. Best they could do was one leg.
Oh,
but
my.
A deal. A deal's a deal. I've been struggling a little bit with some seasonal depression. I've been listening to lots of sad music like Waylon Jennings and Elliott Smith. Then I started getting targeted ads for weighted blankets and shotguns. Just like, fuck you, Google. I wasn't going to do it. I was just thinking about it. That's true. I was feeling down. I went and I looked into getting some therapy. And if you listen to podcasts, you've heard of BetterHelp online therapy. Now, BetterHelp, their whole shtick is it's supposed to be cheaper than traditional therapy. But for me, it's still a little too expensive. So my friends and I, we share a login like Netflix. Sometimes it gets confusing, though. I think this week we're discussing my Mexican mother and how she made me wear those floral print dresses to school. I said, ay, mami, no me gusta. No me gusta. Believe it or not, they let me mentor children. I mentor a 12-year-old named Marcus down the street at the local middle school. And Marcus and I, we play a lot of basketball. And it was our last week before the summer. He's kind of talking some trash. And he was just like, hey, Jack, how does it feel that you get beat one-on-one every week by a 12-year-old? I was just like, I don't know, Marcus. How does it feel that your mom thinks you should be mentored by a 36-year-old unemployed Swiftie? How does that feel, Marcus? How does that feel? I just recently learned I'm a Swiftie. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. I just come fast. Swiftie. We're here in Texas, and people think the French hate Texans. I'm here to say that's absolutely not true. My brother married a French girl, and I had the luxury of traveling all across France to multiple cities. Everywhere you go across France, you tell them you're from Texas, they say the same thing. They go, oh, Texas, bang, bang, shoot, shoot. And I was just like, wow, they've heard of our schools. They're famous. They're famous. Why do we even make full-size flagpoles? That's all I'm saying. Speaking of the children, people say kids don't want to work these days. I think that's kind of bullshit. It depends on the kid. I was a kitchen manager for many years. I had my younger crew on lockdown. I did all the things my favorite kitchen managers did before me. I showed up on time. I treated everyone with respect, and then I sold them weed after the shift.
Yeah.
Quarters are for closers. Well, more like dime bags and grams, but you guys get it, right? My last place I worked is a place called Torchy's Tacos here in the States. It's a fusion taco place. And the number one thing I learned working at Torchy's is white people be fucking up tacos. I think white people should suffer for the rape and genocide of taco culture, and here's why. I will not stand idly by while we teach our children that fried chicken and poblano ranch is a goddamn taco. That's a motherfucking rap. It always has been. It always will be. That's the real CRT. It's not critical race theory. It's Caucasians ruining tacos. CRT. I used to be a line cook for many years. Like I said, I worked with all sorts of ovens. I worked with conveyor ovens, which is like Pizza Hut. I worked with deck ovens, which is like a New York style. And I worked this one summer at this old Jewish place, but I don't like talking about those ovens. Let's just say we burned lots of bagels, about 6 million of them. What else? I was a line cook. I worked on sandwich lines, salad lines, all sorts of lines. But the hardest line I ever did was at a prep table at Subway in the back. It was a 4-inch line of meth. We were closed up front, but we were really cranking it out back. I think that's why they call them line cooks. You all seem very concerned. You got very quiet there. Don't worry, I only did meth like 37 times. But who's counting? I was on meth. What else? So politics are very popular right now in the States. And, we had a debt ceiling showdown, and they agreed they're not going to lower taxes, but they're also not going to cut social programs. So the only thing falling down in Washington, D.C. is Joe Biden. Other political joke. If we're going to be arresting presidents, I'm fine with that. We just should arrest all of them that committed crimes. So we arrest Obama for drones in Afghanistan. We arrest George Bush for the Iraq war. And then we arrest Bill Clinton on multiple counts of murdering that pussy. Last joke I'll end it on a true story. I was driving out here in the hill country. I live in kind of the middle of nowhere. And when I was 18 years old, and I fell asleep while driving, and I wrecked my car. But also I was masturbating. True story. I hit one car within a 5-mile radius. It's the only time I ever regret hitting it from the back. And what's the one thing you do when you wreck your car masturbating? Put your dick away, right? No. My penis has very strong survival instincts. Mine basically inverted and zipped up on the way in. I will ask though, is it wrong that I decided to start over and finish before checking on the other vehicle? But karma got me. Now I have this dumb kink where anytime people mention insurance, I start to get hard. Like if I'm ever struggling in the bedroom, I make my wife dress up like that insurance lady. Like I see flow, it's time to go. All state, and I'm all stiff, and my favorite little gecko makes my guy grow. Now, that whole story was 100% true, except there was a little bit of an exaggeration. I make my wife dress up like Jake from State Farm. All right, thank you.
Woo-hoo, lock up the presidents.
As a Mexican, I support Jack's message. People start ruining tacos, please. And if you want to work on your jokes, we have the joke feedback on Sundays. So if you want to join us, this Sunday is the last one for this month. And we're working on getting your Tide 5 even better. You'll get feedback and also great ideas to improve. Now, to close us up, we have the co-host of the Hangover Comedy Podcast. Give it up for N Shady.
Oh my God.
I miss this line, and I love that guy. Something I don't get to hear from my own parents. It's nice.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I love that guy. Yeah, not gay. It's not gay. All right. So, what's up, everybody? My name is Nshiri, and it's been, first of all, I'm so glad to be back at the International House of Comedy after a very long time. So just shout out to Henry for thank you for letting me in and perform. Yes, can we just have a clap for Henry just for him, please? Yes. All right, just yeah. So and then yeah. So the promotion part is done. All right, a little bit about myself. All right, so I'm the only kid. So I am the only kid in the family. Being the only kid is a pain in the ass. I am the only kid because my dad wore condom the second time, and it's really hard because when you walk up to people with siblings, they are practically giving them away. Like I walk up to my friend with a sister. He goes, "Hey, you want my sister? Just take my sister. Like take my brother." I'm like, wow. How are you just doing that? But I'm a product of two different species. So I'm going to take the time to talk about my producers, my mom and dad. Yeah, a little bit about my mom. See, I love my mom. See, my mom is the most beautiful woman I know. She is so beautiful that nobody believes that I am her son. That's the problem here. But she's a very supportive person. Yeah, I mean, during the pandemic situation, she was very supportive of the COVID franchise. I remember coming back home and my mom used to give me update. Hey, do you know who died today? Like, you know, your mom's uncles, cousins passed away. Like every week I get an update on my WhatsApp, how many deaths in the family. That's how supportive this woman is. COVID was so impressed. My mom got COVID after that. That's a different story. But I feel communication with my mom is also very tough. I don't think I can get away with conversations. One time my mom called me up and she told me, "Hey, where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to the shop." I said, "Okay, where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to the medical store to get chocolates." Let me just stop you right here. Those are two different words which doesn't belong in the same sentence. Like it's like saying, "I'm going to the prostitute joint to meditate." You know, or it's like saying, "I actually like Donald Trump." You know, so when my mom, how she handled the situation is crazy. She goes, "Cool, make sure that the chocolate is well protected. It is well safe, right? Not expired. Otherwise, she's gonna regret having your chocolate." So it's true shit. I can't make this up. But as crazy as my mother is, my father is even more crazier. See, I come from an intellectual family. So when people say I have so many properties, I'm rich, try coming from a family very smart. It's a pain in the ass. It's a nightmare, right? My dad is really smart, but he's also very supportive in his own way. I put out my first stand-up comedy set and I told my dad, "Hey dad, I put up a show." He goes, "Congratulations. What if nobody comes?" Now I am scared because I can't tell my dad that, "Hey dad, listen, this is my girlfriend." He'll be like, "Oh my God, this is great. What if she leaves you?" I mean, so I think my dad believes in the philosophy of being prepared for everything extreme in life. I mean, he's more like a fortune teller. Wait, that's a fortune disaster. Okay, it's the other way around. But I love my dad. I really love my dad. I remember even during the pandemic situation where comedians were getting rammed right, left, and center. My dad started sending me videos of every failed comic. Every day I get a message. "Oh my God, this comedian getting FIR. This guy getting slammed." I'm like, this is supportive family. This really helped my depression. I love it. You know, I think I come from a family of one being ridiculously smart and one being ridiculously clean. And I am just simply ridiculous. That's it. I'm just, and they're just very mad. But I'm just going to say a couple of things on an ending note. I think I have a minute left. I'll do one joke and then I'll end it. All right. It's a great joke. Here's a question to the audience. I want everybody to listen very carefully. What is that one thing which is still a joke, but also a priority, regardless of its importance given in today's economy? Take one guess and I will give you the answer. What is that one thing which is still a joke, but also a priority, regardless of its importance given in today's economy? Give me one guess. Just give me one guess. I'll give you the answer.
Education?
Oh, no, women rights. That's been my time, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have been absolutely beautiful. Thanks a lot.
Give it up for N Shady. I didn't know your middle name was Oedipus.
Oh, no, it's not Oedipus.
Also, don't wait. Google it.
Okay. I'll Google it.
Okay, so that's it for today. We're back on June 27, very near to Henry's birthday. So you should be back here to not only share your jokes, but celebrate Henry's birthday early. And don't forget to share this open mic with other comedians so they get a chance to show us their jokes. We all need a good laugh, especially in this current climate. So have a great day, guys, and see you in a couple of weeks.
See ya.
Hey.
We're off.
Bye-bye.
Good job, Liz. Woo.
Liz,
Did you Google Oedipus and Shady?
I got. Somebody put the description in the chat already, so I didn't need to. Somebody just literally, Kevin just actually just put that in the chat.
I was gonna say there wouldn't be problems if nobody comes then in that world.
True. I can't. Indians will not get that reference. I will give you in writing.
No.
They will just. They will confuse
I
that
got
word for romantic. They will just romantic.
Oh no, Shady, you've never